Hello everyone. So in this tutorial we are going to work on how to add a custom marker into this map. So by clicking here you can see now I have added a custom marker, and if I go to the world, that custom marker appears on the minimap as well. So we can go to the direction that we place the custom marker, and similarly if I click somewhere else the marker moves there. So yeah, this is what we are going to work on today. How to add custom markers into our map. Right, before we get started, let me remind you, you can download the project files of this project and all other thousands of projects I have done from my channel Patreon page. Once you become a member, you can access all the projects without any limits. To the date, there are over 2000 videos. For each video, project files are available. And here is the full playlist of this series. Everything is implemented from scratch and explained. You can follow these episodes and implement everything by yourself too. Right, now let's get back to today's tutorial. Right, so this is what we have worked on so far. Here we can press M with regard to the map system, of course. So we can press M and we can bring up the map skills, so the command menu, and then here we can use mouse wheel to zoom in and zoom out, and we can drag the map around the screen when we have zoomed it in. So now what I want to do is, when I do a click here, I need to add a custom marker to the map. Okay, so to do that, let me open the main map, and what I need is a way to determine the location relevant to the world when I click on this image. So first, let's create an event on mouse button down. Let's create a binding. I'll call it on map clicked. Now here I'll make an event reply so we don't get a compile error. Now how do we determine the position? So we can get on in player and get mouse position scaled by dpi. So this would give us the mouse viewport position. Just to see if this is working, let me add a print, and so ultimately we would need a vector 2D. So let's make vector 2D using this and print it here. The map, see, when I click, I get the viewport click position. This doesn't necessarily give us the location in the world. We need to do the calculation still, but it works for now. And also I think it worked for the right click as well. Let's see. Yeah, it works for the right click and left click. So we only need left click. So I think we can use this mouse button down and left mouse button. We can do a check this way. See? Yeah, it works for left, not for right. Good. All right. Now we need to determine the relevant world position. So to do that, here from this my geometry we can get no, we can do a local to viewport, and then we can determine the top left of the image in the same space as this mouse location. And then also from this I can access the size, get local size. So this would give us the size of the image, and this should be changed as we zoom in and zoom out. So exactly what we need. And then if I divide this by 2, we can get the middle point. And after that, if I subtract this, I'm going to add these two together so that we can get the middle point position on the viewport, and then I'm going to subtract this value from the mouse position. So we would get, let me do the print now. So in this case what we get is here the distance from the center. If I click closer to the center, you see it's a smaller value. If I go here, you can see x becomes negative, x is positive, both are positive. So if I zoom in, you can see a relevant value is shown. So now this difference, this value can be used to calculate the world location that would represent the clicked map location that is relevant to the actual world location. So to determine that, I'll divide this from this local size and multiply it with the map data. Here we have the map size, so we can do this. And also now if I print this, I click somewhere like this, we get 58 by 553. 58 553. So here that means somewhere closer to this. Let me select one. And also one thing is here x is this direction and y is this direction, but in the map here x is this way and y is this way, so we need to interchange the coordinates here. What that means is here, let me make vector 2D, x goes to y, display this, x goes to y and y should go to x multiplied by -1, because top to bottom y increasing in the image space but in the viewport space, but it's the other way in the world space. And then so this is considering the map center. This is relative to the map center. So if there is an offset to the map center, we would have to account for that too. But right now it's 0, so this wouldn't make a difference. But if we have an offset to the map center, then this would matter. Now, to see if this is working, let's try something like this. Pro debug. this position as a start. And we don't need this. And as the end, I'll use a very high value for the Z coordinate. Let's give this a color. I think it's sure 100 duration 50. Here, this is in front of the character. Click here. See a line, a dot. Let me try again. Click here. Oh, yeah. That messed up. I was doing multiple clicks. Click here. Yeah, it is working. Yeah. Click on this rock. Yeah, it is working. Our calculation is correct. Click on where on this bridge. Yeah, it's working. Looks like it's not exactly correct, but it's close enough with the world space. So now we have the position. The next step is how to put a custom marker here. So for that, here, now we have the position. I'll add another custom event. Add custom. So a marker would be some actor that contains the marker component. That's all. So to do that, we can let's create an actor. I'll call it BP custom marker. To this, I'll add marker component and shown minimap, shown main map. Label, let's say custom marker. What should I call it? So I imported this star icon. Maybe we can use this as the icon for the actor. Here, custom marker. Let's open it. And marker component. Marker properties. This image. By 50, let's say. Shown minimap and shown main map. And if we need, we can go on hard as well, but I'll remove that for now. Okay, now we have the custom marker. Just to make sure if everything is working, let me put it somewhere like this. Oh, sorry, I need to press the custom marker actor. Sit over here. Sure it appears. Yeah, it does. Let's see that on the minimap though. Oh, it's a bit far. It's more over there. Yeah, it's there. Okay, so what's this? Alright, I dragged and dropped the texture onto the grass, so that's why. It's fine. We can reload the map and undo the change. Yeah. Okay. So now we have this custom marker. we can assign a color for that as well, maybe blue. Okay, now in the main map here, I'll spawn actor from class. I need to spawn it, ignore collisions, and pass the spawn transform custom marker and is the creator get on in player pawn. Right. Now I'll promote this to variable custom, and I don't want to spawn this if we already have a custom marker. So let's do a validated get. If not, let's spawn one. Otherwise, we don't have to do anything. Let's just get the custom marker and set actual location. Yeah, actually here we don't need the whole transform, we just need the location. And can I? Yeah, I can. All right. Now we can call this on map clicked here. Add custom marker, and we can pass this location. So just doing this right away will not give us the marker. We will have to call the add marker as well. All right, now let's see. See, it appears. If I click somewhere else, it's not working. Okay, why is that? Maybe it's immovable. Not movable, I guess. Do I need to set? It is movable. Why then I can't change the location? Alright, it does move, but I guess it's not updating. Yeah, that's what's happening. I don't have a way to individually update the marker. Well, I can. I already have this markers array, but let's just simply call update all markers. That should get the job done, even though it's not necessary for us to update all the markers. Yeah, see? Now it's working. And here, oh, one more thing. If I want, I can make this marker, map marker, clamp to minimap edge. I can do that too. So it will always be on the minimap. Okay? It's there. So I can go to the direction that I want. Okay, so that's all I want to do in this episode. Maybe in a future episode, we might need a way to clear custom markers, maybe some buttons over here. And also, if I want, I should be able to add secondary markers as well. But for now, I'm going to stop this episode here. So thanks for watching. As always, updated project files will be available for download here in the Patreon page. Link would be in the description below. And don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next episode. Goodbye.